it's just occurred to me we really haven't had a completely successful test of this equipment.
I blame myself.
So do I.
Well, no sense worrying about it now.
Why worry? Each of us is wearing an unlicensed nuclear accelerator on his back.
Yeah. Now let's get ready. Switch me on. I don't think you're crazy.
Back off, man. I'm a scientist.
Oh, I love that thing. What is going on, Ghostheads? It's a second stream this week of the Ghostheads radio show. My name is Ted, aka Steady. I hope you guys are doing amazing. Even though Frozen Empire's been out for almost a week, we're still super busy over here over at Ghostheads Radio. Real quick follow up. Today was the release of Ghostbusters Back in Town from David Boer and Blue Delaquanti, who did the art. If you haven't picked it up yet, go check it out. It's a great sort of setup for what the limited series is going to be about. I'm already hooked. I hope you've already gotten it. There's also a variant, so be on the lookout for that. And if you haven't seen it after the stream is over, go check out our review, which is on our social media channels as well as on YouTube. And again, shout out to David Boer and Blue Delaquanti, who were a part of our interview a few weeks ago regarding the issue. What else is going on? We reviewed Frozen Empire. Maddie B returned for a glorious review, which happened on what day of the week is it? I have no idea. Which happened on Monday, if I'm not mistaken. So we want to get your thoughts on it and see if you agree with us. But mostly, I heard a lot of positive things coming out of both screenings that I attended here in the state of Texas. And lastly, what I want to do, it's a little unorthodox for this show. However, our media team is been extremely hard at work with several promotions and several contests that we're getting into. So if you are a fan of the MonsterVerse movies right now and you live in either Dallas, Houston, or San Antonio, we would love to give you a pair of tickets to go see Godzilla X Kong, The New Empire. If you want to enter into the contest, head over to our website at countdowncitygeeks.com. Again, please, these are for residents in either Dallas, Houston, or Texas. We're going to hook you up with a pair of tickets to go check out the movie. And I've already seen it. It is quite entertaining. If you want to see that reaction or that short non-spoiler review, that's also on our social media channels. Okay, is that everything? I think that's everything. If you're in the chat, say what's up. A lot of folks have finally gotten a chance to see Frozen Empire, so please give us your thoughts on the movie. Just tell us who your favorite character was. Tell us your favorite moment. I want to say no spoilers, but it's almost been a week, and all of us watching this show, hopefully you've had a chance to see it. Bryce is in the chat saying, "Hey, Ghost Heads, I just got back from seeing Frozen Empire for a second time. Well done, Bryce. Well done." Ryan says, "I'll read the comic at some point." You know what? Wait for all 4 to come out, and then you can just binge all of them, right? Is that a thing that comic people do? Binge? It's an expensive habit that I only get comics whenever it's like a must, but I've run out of room for comics. Terry, hashtag Team Terry says, "Hey," from South Dakota. What is up? Rudy is also in the chat with his ghost. What's going on, sir? Good to see you, buddy. Okay, I forgot. There was one more thing. If you haven't already heard, like I mentioned, we've been busy. We have count them, 2 Ghostbusters themed events this week. And so if you're in the San Antonio area, we want to party with you. Tonight over at the Kung Fu Saloon in San Antonio, Texas, which still has the only Ghostbusters speakeasy in Texas. I want to say the U.S., but I know the Wonderverse has like a thing up there. I don't know if it's a speakeasy though, so I won't claim that. But tonight, join us at the Kung Fu Saloon, where the Ghostbusters Speakeasy Bar is located, for trivia night. The San Antonio Ghostbusters will be in attendance. It all goes down at 9 o'clock with DJ Quake, who is a famous DJ in San Antonio. He actually is the only DJ during San Antonio Spurs games. So whenever you're hearing jams, you're hearing the ones and the twos, that's DJ Quake. And then Friday, we're celebrating Ghostbusters Frozen Empire with Ghostbuster themed cocktails. We're going to have Ectos on site, and we're going to be doing a live broadcast. Oh my God, there's so many things happening this week, but that takes place Friday. We'll see you at 9. Awesome. Am I losing my mind? I don't know if I am or not. Okay, now the reason why we're all here. This group we had on a few months back, absolutely fantastic group. It's one of those where you meet some folks, and we've talked to dozens and dozens of Ghostbuster chapters across the U.S., and we're still going to continue to do so. But you love hearing and seeing the absolute passion and devotion to, doing charity works, events, getting out there, trying to make a difference. And this group is one of those. So they're one of the good ones. They're one of the best ones. Joining me right now is the Nomads of Minnesota. We got a bunch of them in here. Say what's up to Nick, Justin, Cozy, Andrew, and Matt. What's going on, gentlemen?
Hey, Fred.
Hey.
Thanks for having us.
Hello.
What's going on? What's going on? I see everybody but Matt. Matt, are you okay?
Where am I at? I don't know. Can you hear me?
This happened the first time too.
We were doing all fine a few minutes ago. See if you can turn your camera off and on. It might kind of refresh it. And if you're in the chat, say what's up. Tell them where you're coming from. Ryan says that's what I do. Graphic novels, the OG binge. You gotta love it. Believe that's a pop-up bar in Chicago. Ah, okay. So not a speakeasy. I will still claim that the Kung Fu Saloon in San Antonio has the only Ghostbuster speakeasy in the U.S., possibly the world, but I'm not that sure. Terry says, "Hey, Nomads, hashtag Team Terry from South Dakota." Awesome, gentlemen. Well, glad you can all join us. Matt's going to take a second. Nope. All right.
At least we can hear him.
We sure can hear him.
Or not anymore. He's gone.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm here. I don't know what's going on here.
He's trying.
It's very odd. We're gonna power through. If you want to do a full reboot, just like jump out of the stream and then use that same link to come back, and we'll see if that
Sure,
changes
I'll
everything.
relink. We'll catch you boys on the other side.
All right, man. Good luck.
We'll see you in a second. All right, gentlemen. Well, thank you guys for being here. Let's see who wants to sort of take over. How has the group been since the last time we talked? How crazy have things gotten? Just how fantastic have things been progressing for you guys?
You go ahead and light that up, man.
It's been
Light it up,
nuts.
buddy.
It's been really, really cool. And then I'll man, we were on in January. I mean, and it's end of March, so only about 3 months. And this month, I guess, I think we had 4 events. We had a parade. We did a builders conference with a bunch of kids. Of course, the premiere, we were at 3 different theaters. If you count, we went up and met with Matt's other team way up north in Minnesota. So we did 3 different theaters and just kind of hung out. And then what did we do at the beginning of the month? I can't even remember.
We went to MarsCon.
Yep.
You forgot the convention. Oh my God.
Yep. We did a convention, and that's where we ended up meeting some great folks that are here with us tonight. A couple of new members, and finally connecting with them face to face, and just brought them in right away because they all I mean, they share the vision, they share the passion, they have the tools, they have the talents. I mean, they're great. I couldn't ask for a better group of people to join us in this journey. And then, yeah, we've got a million things on the roster. I'll kick it over to Nick so I don't hog the spotlight. He can kind of.
No, this is your guys' show. I came in totally last minute. I didn't know if the other guys were going to be late.
You
but
found the big one.
I mean,
I want you to drop the big bomb here and tell them what we're.
Oh, I'm aiming for it. But so, I mean, as we've been going along at these events, it's just been a couple people here, interest, either message. Koozie ended up messaging me and wanted to come into the parade. And I told him about us, who we are. He hung out for the night. He's like, I'm an applicant. Consider me, I like you guys. And it just kind of kept going on and on and on as we were at different events. People are finding us on Facebook or hearing about us, and then they'd come and show up, hang out, come to a couple of events. We would vote them in right then after the second event. If we'd ask them, do you want to be a nomad? And we've got our official patches now.
Woo, yeah.
That's what you receive when you become a nomad. And I mean, we're up to 13 members. I just can't believe how quick the roster's just gone from 5 to 13. I mean, but the big announcement is that we have partnered up with the Cancer Society of America. And we are going to be doing 3 events this summer.
Here it is.
That's a pretty big deal for us. I mean, it is huge. It means a lot to a lot of our members. We will be at the first 2 events are at high schools, and the third event is in Stillwater at Lowell Park. There's a massive concert that's going to be going on. And it's going to be quite the event.
That is fantastic. Tell us about this partnership. Obviously, it's going to be a great cause to partner with, but like, why this one as opposed to any of the others that might be out there?
Well, cancer to me means something personal. I've lost 2 relatives to cancer. My grandmother died 2 years ago. She was in remission. And she just couldn't continue on with the treatments because it was literally killing her to keep doing it. And she decided to just let it take her. And, if we can create just that much more interest in people in funding the ways to find cures or better ways to treat cancer, then I want to be a part of it all day long. And not to mention, Koozie has a relative as well that he lost from cancer. If you wouldn't mind mentioning that, Koozie.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I'm the youngest in my family, and it was just me and my older sister. And in 2020, that wonderful year, my sister was lost her battle to cancer. It's tough. I mean, she died at 45, my only sibling, and she left behind her 3 kids, and we've heard these stories before, but I mean, we all know somebody somewhere, whether we're related, closely related, someone within very close reach has battled, won, or lost against cancer, and it is anything that we can do, because it's something where I think a lot of us probably feel powerless, when in the face of that. Like, what can we do? There's nothing we can really control or do, and I think this is a way to really take our something that brings us a lot of joy, and really apply it towards something that's really negative. And that's kind of that's what it's about, right? It's about taking our what inspires us, what gives us joy, and paying that forward. And that's really what this is about at the heart of it, right? I mean, that's why we do this. So yeah.
Thank you both.
100%.
Thank you
100%.
both for sharing. And you're absolutely right, Kuz. Somewhere someone that's been affected, impacted, a survivor. They're all around us. It's never easy. Um, I I commend you guys because this is also a disease that's hit my family more than once, unfortunately. Um, and it is a very heavy subject, and I commend you guys for doing anything that you can in this regard. I had a question from Ryan Espin, your buddy Matt, your buddy Ryan, who's in New York. He said he saw you a few weeks ago. Is this
Ah,
the same organization as the American Cancer Society, or is it a different one?
Yeah, it's the American.
This is yep. Go ahead. This is the American Cancer
Okay.
Society.
Yeah, and we have some other comments. Terry says her dad just passed. Our condolences, Terry. Also, cancer took him as well. She says thank you for helping others that are in the fight. And yeah, thank you for sharing that. And our condolences again. It's hard. It's tough. Tell us exactly what you guys are going to be doing during this tour. Like, what is the focus? What is your objective here?
Well, the 100% objective is to reach as many people as we can while we're at these events, inspire those that attend that aren't naturally involved in something, become passionate, show your human nature side of compassion to either bring joy to someone that has, in remission from cancer, or as well be a shoulder to support someone that has lost someone from cancer.
I love that you're spreading not only awareness, but it sounds like you're also spreading some love. Where maybe sometimes people do need a hug, shoulder, empathy, just to be listened to be heard. So yeah, I think that's fantastic. What else can you tell us about this partnership? I know you guys have some promotional materials here.
Yep, that's
Kuzi did that one. I wanted you to talk about that because that is an amazing shot.
Sure. Yeah. Well, it came out of our discussion. Like we want to do something that gets attention, and right, it's like the big thing in the room. That it's the monster. It's the big thing that it's scary, right? And for us to come together and to take it on as a group, as a team, I think that's really reflective in the poster. And so this is an early draft. This is a concept, but we're going to be fleshing this out just a little bit more. But yeah, this is the core idea here, and of course we want to raise awareness, as Nick said, and bring this to the forefront. And the best way to do that is to really put that message out there visually and get people involved and excited and interested, because that's what it's about. It's the Bustin' Cancer Tour. So
You got some talent,
Love
Cozy.
it.
This should be like a comic book cover. This is really
Yes,
nice.
that thing is beautiful.
thanks, guys. Yeah, thank you. Much love. Thank you. Yeah. Speaking of comic books, yeah, you mentioned this, Ted, at the beginning. Yeah, I'm not all the way through it, but I'm excited.
Good man. I picked up my copy as well.
Sorry, I didn't mean to break the mood.
No. You're good. You're good. And then you also have done some work on some of these photos here.
Absolutely.
These turned out really good.
Yeah, that was our very first. It was kind of let's say convention, but like a mini convention. It was a gathering of artists at this local place that's like they've got artists designed mini golf and a couple of bars in there, and then like a ton of old school video games and stuff. It's just a kind of a cool place, and they had a bunch of artists there for the weekend, and that we just kind of decided to go and make an appearance, and just that was our first step out there as a team. And so we did some promo shots, and fortunately now we have Kuzi on board, and he doctored them up a little bit for us. So there's Todd, who's not with us. He was with us last time on there, and then Nick, Matt, myself, and then my son, who's been really great about suiting up with us and helping us out. So that was the first 5, and like I said, now we're 13. So
I feel bad for sharing this, Koozie, because now you're gonna have a bunch of Ghostbuster groups sending you photos that they're gonna want edited.
Well, I think the key to a good photo, right? It's not the post production on it. It's really about the performance, and credit goes to the guys who really made it believable. I mean, just putting some lasers on there and some plasma beams, some Trono-1 beams, or that's fun and that's easy to do. But to really sell it, it's the mood, it's the lighting, and it's really the performance. So if there is anybody out there who's watching and listening to the show and is in a group or a franchise or whatnot, a chapter, I think that's the key. I think just really playing the part, owning the part.
Yeah, absolutely. So along with this partnership, let me ask you, you guys going to be looking for donations to be made to the organization, or have you guys thought about that yet?
yeah,
We actually are. Andrew, I did send you that setup. I didn't get a chance to talk to you about that earlier today, but we are in the works of working with them to get something set up so that we're part of a team on their site. And then we'll have a QR code that'll be set up when we're at these events so that we're supporting and helping support them. But I had an idea of getting a t-shirt or a poster or something printed to sell strictly just at those events, and all proceeds would go to the American Cancer Society.
Bravo. Yeah. I only asked because I know that's, going to be a big focus for you guys. Every group should try and raise money towards good cause. Find one you're passionate about. Make it your priority. Even if you think you're not going to get anything at an event or something, put a QR code on your table. Somebody's going to see it. They're going to ask about it. You're going to talk to them about why it's important to you, and every dollar, every penny helps towards those causes. It's all for a good cause, and I don't think it's any accident that you gentlemen and your entire group has been having some success. You said the social media page has been increasing in viewership and followers. Your team has already tripled since you guys started almost. You guys have been really busy, and it's no accident. I do feel like, and this is not to get like spiritual or like anything like that, but I feel like when people are in their purpose, especially more than one, if you get a group of people and they're in their purpose, only positive things will happen. Like only good things, only progress is made, and I think it's a testament to you guys. And I think any group can achieve it. Um, I just think once you find something you guys are really passionate about, this goes for every group out there. When you find something you're passionate about, don't hesitate, don't think, just act. People ask me that all the time. Well, how are you doing all this stuff? I don't think about things. I just act. And it's great that you guys are seeing so much success. It's great that you guys are reaching out to organizations like the American Cancer Society, and that you're running with it. And it's going to take you down roads you didn't anticipate. In a year,
Oh,
in 2 years, you have no idea how much good you can accomplish and how many more doors are going to open because of it. So sky's the limit, boys. But you're on the right track.
Oh, I mean,
Congrats so far for everything you've been doing, and I can't wait to see what you guys are going to be doing in the future.
absolutely.
Oh, it's been something else. I mean, we've got the Walk for Animals coming up May the 4th. Andrew got us involved in that. We've got a handful of parades that, because we were in the Columbia Heights St. Patrick's Day parade, they invited us back for the June Jamboree parade and carnival. I mean, it keeps kind of cycling as we keep doing it. And I'd like to get Justin involved in the conversation. Justin, what do you think and how do you feel about being a nomad and everything you've been doing with us so far?
It's been a lot. It's been very exciting. One of the first things I said when I joined, we went over to the Mall of America and just walked around as a group in our full suits. That was the beginning.
He was freaked out.
I said, drop me in on the deep end here. In a good way, in a good way. So, if anything, that just kind of solidified that I was in the right spot, to be honest. So, I really just started with, I'm nodding over to something you can't see, but my pack's over there. Started tinkering with that and said, I built this thing. I want to use it. I can go to conventions alone, or maybe there's a group out there, and found the Nomads and from there.
And I think when you reached out, I mean, one of the things you said was that you were looking for something with substance, right? Like,
yeah, absolutely.
You were craving that, like the charity work and like to put some meaning behind the cosplay and that's you were a fantastic fit. I mean, that's. And to watch you open up, the Mall of America was overwhelming a little bit, but everyone, but you in particular, just to watch you open up and connect with the kids and the patrons at the movie theaters and stuff like that. It's been cool to see you really own the I don't know, Ghostbusters persona, or I don't know how to.
That's good to hear.
It's been awesome.
Yeah, I'm thankful.
I think it's. I think a lot of groups are kind of seeing that, and this year, 2024, maybe the last like 6 months, I think folks have been not only looking for a cosplay group, but that's a beautiful way of putting it. Something with substance, something with value, something where you get back as much as you put in. And I don't mean to talk bad about other groups, but I do see cosplay groups that go to events and they're not looking like they're having fun, which is odd. They kind of stand there, they take pictures, they shake hands, and I'm like, do something. Come on. Put a smile on some faces, do a dance or just something. And it's fine if they're getting what they want, that's great. But like, you join a Ghostbusters group not only because you have to be a little bit crazy to lug around a 40-pound proton pack on your back for hours on end, but you do it because it's a story and a franchise about regular people making a difference. Whether it's intentional or by accident, they made a difference. I have this fantastic perspective on Ghostbusters 84. Watch it again with the understanding that the team had no idea what was going on, like up until, the Keymaster gets lost and Dana gets away and wakes up from her coma. Like, it's literally a movie about these guys that have no idea what the plot of the movie is. They don't figure anything out until like it's almost too late, and then they save the day. But
That's
all
how I
that to
feel
say,
like
just
with
like
some of these events.
all that
happened.
to say, yeah, sometimes good things happen, and whether you intend it or not, good things are going to happen. And so you're looking for something with substance, with value. You get a lot out, as much as you put in with a Ghostbuster team, with a Ghostbuster group. And it's a great segue into something that I haven't talked about in a while. But if Ryan's still in the chat, he's going to appreciate this. If you're watching this now and you might not have a group that you're a part of, you might not be in a Ghostbuster chapter, and you want to find one, you can now do so by visiting whoyougonacall.org. It's the Ghostbusters franchise database. Already has over 120 chapters in the US and Canada, which is fantastic. And look at that, the Nomad Ghostbusters of Minnesota are right there.
Look at that.
Ryan says, "Yeah,
Well,
shameless plug."
Ryan, is that your site? This is what you did?
Oh yeah, that's Ryan's baby.
Yep. Yeah.
Thank you so
That's
much for
awesome.
doing that. For
Yeah.
all of us,
Yeah,
you know, from the whole
for
beginning,
everybody. Yes, yes.
putting
And
us on the
so-
map.
You're doing God's work out there, Ryan. Well done.
Making a difference. Bryce is in the chat saying, "Thank you, Nomads, for all your work." And then, that's why he asked for the clarification, because he's adding,
we
he's
haven't
adding the
updated
American
it yet.
Cancer Society to y'all's group.
Great.
We also,
Yep.
Ryan, need to get you pictures of our ectos. So we'll be in touch soon.
He's watching this. He's gonna make a note. He's gonna, keep receipts. There you go.
Well, and I mean, back to what you were saying, that this is especially meaningful. It feels like a bit of a brotherhood for when I get together with the guys, and we all care about each other. We all want to talk to each other about what's going on in our lives. I mean, as we get more comfortable and know each other, we've been able to share things with each other that, you wouldn't talk about on a normal level. And some other members might not feel that close, but as time goes on, they tend to get more comfortable, and everybody's just one big mesh of Ghostbusterness.
I agree. And I would say you're doing things right by maybe giving those other members time to get acclimated. And then that bond you guys have, I think it's important to understand, no matter what, that's what's most important. Like holding on to that and not letting it go, not letting anything that is trivial come between that bond. Because like I mentioned a few minutes ago, sky's the limit. The sky's the limit. You have no idea what you guys are going to be doing in the next year or two, and like how far and how much you guys can accomplish. So that magic that you guys can clearly feel and see right now, you hang on to it for dear life, and you ride that proton stream as far as it'll take you. Just made that up right now.
It's pretty good.
I love it. That's
I think
awesome.
one of the other beautiful things that I love about our team is the last team, and I love them, that Nick and I were a part of. It kind of all fell on one guy's shoulders, and he's an amazing person. But he was really the, people were showing up for events, and all those guys are great, but it was really kind of all boiling down to him. And if he didn't schedule an event, it didn't happen. And all the people are in our team are welcome to pull something and to put it out there. And we might have scheduling conflicts that don't allow it, but we all have something to contribute. And Kuzi's doing media for us now. Justin is an electric master. So when I upgrade my pack, I'll definitely be calling him up. It's just, we all have things that we're contributing. We're making a website right now. Like, it's not all on Nick's shoulders. And
no, thank God, not anymore.
I think that's why a lot of the groups out there dwindle over time. And I'm trying to phrase that carefully, because once again, I don't want to disrespect anyone in any way, because they all, whatever work you can do is great work. But yeah, if you're a group out there, I would encourage you, get your other members to help you shoulder that burden. Don't do it alone.
Yeah, you get too stressed out, you get too vexed, because and it was funny, I was talking to Andrew at the movie premiere events, and I said, remember back when I almost canceled just because we were stretched on, we didn't have enough people. Some people wanted to go to the Mall of America event, and then here we are, bam, we have Wisconsin Ghostbusters. Matt shows up and had a massive group of people just at all these cinemas, and the tour that we got to do. It was magic.
I love it.
That's a big difference from when you get the people involved and then people start helping. So yeah.
Yeah, and Andrew, you're talking about other, yeah, the other group, and sometimes I think sometimes people do need a break. Give them their
Yeah.
space, give them their time. It sometimes being I don't want to say too much, but people can help. Allow people to help. Allow people to take the reins. I was doing a lot in my group in here in San Antonio for a good year, like help, setting up things, making contacts and everything. And along with that, I'm doing this, and things get busy. So team members have been stepping up, and they're making emails and they're making phone calls, and we are getting a lot new team members, just like you guys are, just like a lot of groups are in 2024, and they're showing up. And I'm just off a film festival. We just had multiple screenings of Ghostbusters, Frozen Empire, and then we had events to go to for a movie theater. I'm like, I'm gonna hang back, and they were like, cool. They're like, we're good. We got a handful of folks heading out to the theater. So I'm like, it's great. It's great to have the help, to have others, join in when you need to take a step back. And no one should feel bad about it, especially when folks need to take a break, when if it's short or long. Allow them to do so. Support your fellow team members when they need to take a step back, and then fill in the gaps, fill in, where they were essential, basically, and do that. Like, keep the group morale going, keep the passion going. Don't let it falter, but allow folks to come in and out as they please. We just gotta support folks, and I've talked to too many groups where things have turned either ugly or negative between folks for different reasons, and it shouldn't be like that. Not in Ghostbuster groups. It shouldn't be like that. So just support one another as much as you can. Support one another as much as Ryan Espin supports everybody. Look, he's already updated
Yeah.
your site while he's watching the stream, because that's the
Aw,
kind of guy Ryan is.
Ryan.
that's awesome, man. We love it.
That's
That's
great.
great.
Awesome. Absolutely. All right, so I know,
Use my camera for a second there. I have to plug in my phone.
go for it. You mentioned Walk of the Animals. Please tell me, what's that about? It's on May the 4th, which is not only Star Wars Day, but it's also Free Comic Book Day. So what is Walk of the
Sure.
Animals? Explain that.
So it takes place at the Minnesota State Fairgrounds, and it's sponsored by the Humane Society, which I think we're all familiar with. And then, so one of our members, Todd Slocum, who's one of our founding members, when we were all like, well, what do we want to do? What causes do we want to support? Kind of just feeling around for something. I mean, now we have the long term with the Cancer Society, but he really has a passion for helping animals. And so my brain was at work, like, how do we connect Ghostbusters and animals? Like, what can we do? But my work supports the Walk for Animals every year, and so it's raising donations for the Humane Society, and then you go out to the fairgrounds, everyone brings their pets, and everyone walks a lap. I don't know exactly how long it is, but then after that, it's a hangout. Like, there's live music and food trucks and vendors, and it's a great time. And we're just kind of looking for something to, like I said, we want everyone's, everyone represented, and hopefully when we go to the Walk for Animals, we can connect with some local businesses that might need support, Ghostbuster support, for helping a small business or a charitable cause. So that's kind of what, in addition to supporting the Humane Society, that's kind of where we're at, is we want to find something to fulfill Todd's dream of working with animals. And, I can't say that makes me sad either, because I love my menagerie of pets. So that's what we're doing right now. That'll kind of fill that gap time between now and then when all of our Cancer Society tour hits.
That is awesome. I think it's a great event, and if anybody in the St. Paul area, right?
Yep.
Anybody
Yeah.
in Minnesota. That's the way we're putting it. Anybody in Minnesota. You could be up in the boonies of way at the corner edge by Canada, or you could be way down south. Come on up and just hang out with us.
We invited the Wisconsin team that
Yep.
we met at the premiere up in Duluth. So hopefully we get some of them. One of the families from that team, husband and wife and 2 sons, came to our premiere event. They're fantastic. So hopefully, I know they're a little ways out in Wisconsin, so it's a little hike for them. But yeah, hopefully we'll get them out to some events, and yeah, the more the merrier. I don't have the link. Maybe I'll share it in chat, but it links to our page where you can click to donate or click if you're interested in walking. So if there's anyone out there that is not doing anything on Star Wars Day that wants to come and walk around the Minnesota Fairground with their pet, you don't have to help raise funds, but it'd be great to have a really good showing. And like I said, just being there in uniform makes people happy. So makes me happy too. So
and this year too, this is going to be a first, right? For the Walk for Animals, there's going to be not 1 but 2 terror dogs on site, right?
On leashes. Who's walking the terror dogs?
as long as you keep them separated,
They do come in
right.
pairs, right?
That is awesome. So for more information, you said it's on your Facebook page?
It is on our Facebook page. I'm gonna share the link in your chat here as soon as I get it pulled up, though, if that's okay.
Absolutely.
Andrew, I think you're missing something that you're in development of that I think you should share as well.
I briefly dropped that. So about a week ago, I think exactly a week ago, I pulled the trigger and secured the domain name for Nomad Ghostbusters. So I'm currently working, and I'm not a web developer, but thankfully there's a lot of good programs out there. So I am working on an official web page for us. So it'll be a lot easier to, social media is important, but I know there's been a lot of like Ghostbuster pages getting taken down lately and things like that. So I felt like a website was very important. So give me a couple weeks on it, and that should be live, and there will be QR codes on there for our charitable events and profiles and pictures of what we're doing and everything, all that. So
I love it. I love it. Leveling up. I think
Yeah.
that's fantastic.
That was totally random.
501c on the way.
He messaged us and said, "Well, I've got a surprise. I've got NomadGhostbusters.com." It's like, what? No way. But I thought we were going to do that next year. But I was like, okay, here we go. It's
No time
No
like the
time
present.
like the present.
that's what happens when you're bored at work. I was literally waiting on some documents from my owner, and I'm like, I could take a little bit, and then you just go down the rabbit hole, and like, oh, I guess I'm doing this now. So it's been fun.
Just whip together a web page real quick, like while no one's
Yeah.
looking. Yeah.
Well, that's awesome, man. I think that's great. You guys deserve it. I'll definitely share it when you guys have it all ready to go, ready to be published. Let me know for sure. Any final announcements? I know you guys have already mentioned a lot, but anything else you guys want to mention or that you guys are working on?
So I've been trying to stay in contact with the South Dakota Ghostbusters. Now I know there's a couple members that are watching this evening. I've messaged you about Crypticon in Minneapolis. Matt, discuss what Crypticon is, because we want the South Dakota Ghostbusters to come up for this.
We want to blow this event up.
Okay. Wow. So, Crypticon, Minnesota is by far the 3 greatest days of the entire year. I think Ghostbusters Day might rank behind it a little bit, honestly. Like Crypticon, if you're a horror fan, like a lot of us here, it's the singular horror convention that takes place in Minnesota every year. And they get big names. You know, they get big names. This year, there's going to be the Crypt Keeper. There's going to be some Leatherface people. A guy who played Leatherface in part 2 will be there, along with the lady who played Stretch in part 2. There's going to be some Freddy people. There's going to be some Jason people, because this year it takes place on Friday the 13th is the opening day. And that goes that whole weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And it's not just meeting these celebrities and seeing the vendors. It's also the party rooms. That's where it's at. Like partying with horror fans all night, partying with celebrities all night. There's no party like it. And I highly encourage everybody to come and visit if you can. And we'll even have a special presence there this year, won't we, Nomad?
Yes, we will. This Crypticon was our first convention that stood behind us when I requested and asked if we could be a part of it. And they said, oh, sure, no problem. We'll give you all vendor passes, free passes all weekend for everybody. It's like awesome.
That is amazing. And what city is this in again?
It's in Minneapolis, basically, West Minneapolis, and at I think a Crown Plaza there. So, we would love to have other teams out. Last I checked, there were still rooms and stuff available. I have no idea what the cost is, but it's just going to be a good time. I mean, promoting ourselves a little bit, but it's for fun. So,
it really is, and it's to just be in the presence of the convention scene, but also it's horror and it's sci-fi in our true form. What Ghostbusters stands in, that supernatural horror theme.
100%.
And there's always Ghostbusters there. Like Ghostbusters are always welcome there. Like they're just a staple of Crypticon. So it's always like returning home.
Well, let's see. Bryce, I don't know if Bryce or Terry are still in the chat, but I'm sure they'll see this pretty soon and they'll accept the challenge. I'll speak for Bryce. He's going to be there. Pac-Man, where you're at, Pac-Man's going to be there. Hashtag Team Terry. I could see the South Dakota team going up there in full strength. So that'll be pretty awesome. If all you guys can converge on this event, that'd be pretty amazing.
Absolutely. And then while we have the South Dakota team's attention, I feel like I remember that they support one of the charities they support. They do a cancer event. So when that rolls around, call us. We will come out. Absolutely. Like we want to. I know you guys have been crazy busy. We've been crazy busy, but we will trek out there for a big event like that to support you guys.
If anybody's in the chat watching right now, just do a quick little @ South Dakota Ghostbusters. Just make sure they see this later on.
Sure.
Go ahead and give them a tag. That would be much appreciated. Thank you so much.
100%. I mean, in closing, the only other promotion is that we're thankful for the members that are joining us, because they are what builds our strength among what we do, and even inspires me more just by the different personalities, the different talents, the viewpoints of different people, and inspires you to think bigger, think better, do better, help the group better, do better for yourself. And that's what it's about.
Yeah, no, 100%. It's fantastic. And if you're not in a group, like I mentioned, whoyougonnacall.org for all the chapters across the U.S. Because the Nomads, as much as I've been talking them up and talking about how great they are, there are several groups across the U.S. that you can join that are just as incredible. And you will find value in joining a great Ghostbuster group. And let's be honest, if you don't have any groups in your city, there's nothing stopping you from grabbing a nuclear accelerator and throwing on a flight suit and trying to make a difference in your own community. I got a great story about a guy, Nicholas James Mason, up in Dallas. And at one point in time, he was known as the lone Ghostbuster of Texas. And
Wow.
he would go out to events on his own because he wanted to do something, and there wasn't any groups at the time in his area. So there was a few that had fizzled out, and just going out on his own, nobody stopping him, even when maybe donations weren't exactly where he wanted them to be. He didn't quit. He didn't stop. He just kept going, and now he is part and team lead of the Texas Rangers division up in Dallas, and they are just as awesome as you guys are. So don't ever give up. Don't ever quit. Keep moving forward. I almost said the Galaxy Quest mantra, but what is it? Never give up, never surrender. But yeah, no, good things will happen, man. You keep getting out there, you keep putting in the effort, and you're gonna find a group of good people that want to follow you. So,
100%.
Nomads,
100%.
thank you guys so much for coming back here. Congrats on the partnership with the American Cancer Society. It's absolutely fantastic. I cannot wait to see what you guys accomplish in the future. If you guys want to see what they're doing, if you guys want to follow them, please, please, please go to social media and look up the Nomad Ghostbusters of Minnesota and find them at an event near you. And Ryan's in the chat saying the South Dakota Ghostbusters support SuperCon and Voices Against Cancer. So yeah, they do have an
That was right.
organization that they follow
Voice
that's
Against
similar.
Cancer. That's right. Yep.
See, I remember. I listen.
There you go. There you go. Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining tonight. Wish you guys all the best. We will talk again
Yes.
soon. And thanks everybody in the chat for joining us. You guys are also awesome. Hope to see you folks in San Antonio at Ghostbusters Trivia Night tonight with DJ Quake at the Kung Fu Saloon. If you happen to come across San Antonio in the next few months, hit us up and we'll go meet you for a, what do they call it? It's called a toasted marshmallow. Not a Long Island. It's they have this great like Stay Puffed whiskey drink that I absolutely love. I need to go try it tonight. So yeah,
Sounds
absolutely
yummy.
great place. I can't remember the name. I'm so upset I can't remember it. There you
Nice.
go.
Wow.
Koozie's got the right idea.
There you go.
I got your ecto cooler right here.
Yeah, bring it back.
There you
we
go.
Cheers.
Juicy juice. Juicy juice.
Thanks again, guys, for joining. Thanks everybody for watching. Be sure to go pick up Ghostbusters Back in Town issue #1 today. Go watch Frozen Empire again if you've only seen it once.
Yes.
And I don't know what else to say. Bustin' makes us feel good. Clearly,
Yeah.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
That's right.
Awesome.
It does. It really does.
Now, everybody,
Thanks for
thank
having
you.
us.
Thank you.